They say don't judge a book by its cover, and it's for a very good reason. Because how do you explain this tiny house that's considered the narrowest house in the world? And how about this crock home that still looks amazing from the inside? First though, let's look at what the world's smallest house looks like. Number 10. 1 square meter house, Germany. When you feel like you don't need visitors around, one easy way to get them away is simply to get yourself this 1 square meter house, which is considered the world's smallest house. The idea behind this DIY wooden structure was mooted by Berlin-based architect Van Bo Lemensel, who wanted to create the home based on the futuristic minimalist idea. He didn't want to waste any space, and it's no wonder this home is fully convertible and can be used as a dwelling space, a mobile kiosk, or even an extra room inside your apartment. And considering that it can be flipped, you can use this home in its vertical or horizontal position. This minute home weighs just 40 kilograms and comes fitted with wheels to help you carry it wherever you wish to. And maybe you're asking about the drive behind this kind of home. Well, Van Bo Lemensel said he was inspired to create such a home due to the refugee life he went through, where he was forced to live in social dwellings. And so, to achieve the privacy he desired, he embarked on this project, which has wowed netizens. Number 9. The Keret House, Poland. If you boast of having seen a narrow house, then this entry is enough to prove you wrong. Sandwiched between 2 apartment blocks in Warsaw, Poland is Keret House, which is considered the smallest and narrowest house in the world. This structure was designed by architect Jakub Szczesny through the architecture firm Centrala and serves as a temporary home for traveling writers. The 2-story home is 92 centimeters thin and measures 152 centimeters wide, enough to get you wondering just how uncomfortable it might feel staying in such a tiny home. And the fact that the house has no windows makes it even more worrying. It was named in honor of Israeli writer and filmmaker Etgar Keret, who was its first tenant. Now, after completing this tiny house project, Jakub Szczesny is now inspired to turn any empty urban space between buildings into meaningful use. Sounds impressive to say the least. Number 8. The Toilet House, South Korea. We all have at least one thing that we love so much that we wish to dedicate our entire lives to it. It could be a car, luxury watches, or say your favorite video game. And while you might be impressed by such obvious items, it turns out that some people have pretty different tastes altogether. Like this man here whose favorite item seems rather weird. A toilet. And I mean it, Sim J Duck from Suwon City got interested in sanitation from the very first time he landed on Earth, because he was born in his grandmother's bathroom. And with such inspiration, he went ahead to spend over $1 million to construct this giant toilet house. Designed by Gogi Wong, this bizarre-looking house is very impressive and features luxurious amenities. The interior features amazing fun information and sculptures, all displaying sanitation at its best. Number 7. Rotating House. Located in New South Wales, Australia, this amazing house can rotate 360 degrees, offering occupants incredible views of the surrounding landscape thanks to the available observatory that has 360-degree windows. A complete rotation takes about 45 minutes, which means you can hardly notice that you're rotating. It took the architect about 10 years to complete the home from design to construction. You're probably wondering what inspired such an incredible idea, right? Well, according to the owner, he decided to create a unique house that would allow occupants to feel cool in the summer and warm in the winter by following the sun. One incredible thing about this home is that its rotation can be controlled on an app, which does sound cool. The house is now listed on Airbnb, and it's considered the only rotating house available for rent in Australia. It sits on a beautiful 40-acre property with 850 meters of natural river frontage and offers all the amenities you may wish for while on your holiday escapade. All you need to carry with you is food and drinks, and you're sorted to enjoy your getaway in a serene, private environment. Number 6. Rock House, Portugal. When you live in an area that is filled with massive rocks, building a standard home becomes a problem, because you have to bring down all the huge rocks to the site before you can set up your home. However, the ancient Portuguese had no patience and machinery to break the rocks and clear space for buildings. And so, through creativity, they decided to establish homes around, between, and under rocks. These homes are found in the village of Monsanto, and each one of them features a door, a chimney, and a window. To date, the village of Monsanto has continued building homes of this style. Well, with such an ingenious idea of constructing homes, you can tell this site is for sure one of the biggest tourist attractions in Portugal. And sure enough, tourists throng this area to experience these prehistoric style houses that still stand strong. It thus comes as no surprise then that this site has been granted a heritage status by the government of Portugal. Number 5. Seashell House, Mexico. Ever wondered what life would be like living in a seashell underwater? I know, it's a crazy idea overall, but believe me, a young family of 2 in Mexico City has turned a huge seashell into a home. The family was tired of conventional houses, and so they wanted to live in something close to nature. And sure enough, they got just what they asked for, thanks to the tiresome work of dedicated architects. Commonly known as Nautilus House, this giant shell-shaped house was designed and created by Javier Senosian of Arquitectura Organica. He was inspired by the works of Antoni Gaudi and Frank Lloyd Wright. Completed in 2004, this house features a smooth facade, spiral stairs, and natural plantings, which leave you feeling like you're literally living inside a snail. Despite this odd design, the house has all you can wish for in a standard home. Number 4. Secret Underground Rooms. One wonders how far a man can stretch his creativity. And that's right, because what you're looking at is an abandoned manhole that has been turned into a nice home, thanks to the brilliant ideas of Milan-based artist Bianco Shog. This artist has decided to change the face of Milan's Lodi district by constructing what is now named secret rooms out of what were previously abandoned waterlines. These rooms are fitted with attractive artwork and tiles. The 3 rooms also have a small kitchen well fitted with necessary cutlery as well as a shower. And while no one is living in these rooms, at least the project has played a crucial role in creating awareness of the need to think about the many people who are forced to live in tightly confined spaces due to abject poverty. This therefore makes what seems to be rather forgotten spaces appear livable for such like people. And now it's time for our best pick. This image was sent to us by a subscriber. If you come across some weird looking image on the net, please send it to us and we might even feature it in our next video. The image shows an egg-shaped tiny house that was spotted in Beijing, China. This unique home was conceptualized by Chinese architect Dai Haifei, who was on the verge of being homeless. As a result of rising house rent in China's capital, Dai did not have a place to stay. So he decided to create for himself an egg-shaped house on the sidewalk just next to the office where he worked in Beijing. With a total of about $1,000, Dai managed to set up this amazing home using bamboo strips and a waterproof mattress that is insulated. And even though the house looks like a pod, when you get inside, it's pretty nice. Well, this idea was so impressive that people wanted similar houses as a solution to the rising real estate prices. It's no wonder then that we now have modern egg-shaped homes that embrace minimalism and feature all the necessary amenities. Number 2. Dumpster House, California. It's until life hits you hard that you can start to realize just about any object can turn into a nice home. Because if you ask me, I'll tell you converting a dump into a home is the last idea one can think of. But believe me, that is exactly what this California-based designer Gregory Clowen did. He spent only $4,000 to convert an old dumpster into a home, and the result is this amazing tiny home that has literally anything you can expect in a home. There is a kitchen fitted with a microwave oven, a fridge, and of course a small living room that can be converted into a bedroom. But the most uncomfortable thing is that there is a toilet in this small house. So while I would have loved to have stayed there, I think including a toilet in such a tiny house is exactly what turns me off. Number 1. Crocodile House, Abidjan, Ivory Coast. If seeing a crocodile gives you goosebumps, then this is not a home for you, because the entire home, as you can see, is a massive smiling croc. I wonder why the designer of this home settled on a croc, but I don't blame him. People have different preferences and we have to accept them that way. Located in Abidjan, the former capital of the Ivory Coast, this daring home was gifted to Thierry Atta, an apprentice of the artist Moussa Carlo, who designed and built the house. Completed in 2008, the house features ample living space, a bed, and enough windows. Well, with such unique home designs, you can be sure Thierry Atta is already a celebrity in the neighborhood. Thanks for watching.